Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked into a woman's eyes and felt like she was telling you something without saying a single word? It's not your imagination, her eyes are talking. When a woman's body is craving your love, her eyes give away signals, tiny behaviors, subtle clues, almost invisible unless you know what to look for. Most men miss them. They assume she's just being nice. Or worse, they ignore the signs until the moment slips away forever. But by the end of this video, you'll know 7 powerful eye behaviors that reveal when a woman's desire for you is real. No guessing, no confusion, just pure clarity. Because here's the truth, when a woman wants you, her eyes betray her before her lips ever do. Now let's set the stage. Why is this so important? Because women are masters of indirect communication. They won't come right out and say, "Hey, I'm craving your love." Why? Because she doesn't want to risk rejection, or appear too forward, or give her feelings away too easily. Instead, she lets her body, her energy, and especially her eyes do the talking. The problem is, most men confuse friendly eye contact with flirtatious eye contact. They assume a quick glance is just politeness. They ignore micro-expressions that literally scream attraction. And when that happens, the woman walks away thinking, "He didn't even notice me, maybe he's not interested." Listen carefully, women don't always speak their desire with words, but their eyes can't lie. So today, I'm giving you the 7 undeniable eye behaviors that prove a woman's body is hungry for your love. Pay close attention, because even one of these signs is powerful, but when you see 3 or more at the same time, brother, that's your green light. The first sign is the lingering look. She doesn't just glance at you, she lingers. Her eyes stay on you a second longer than necessary, and here's the key. You can feel it. Imagine you're in a cafe, scrolling on your phone. You sense someone's gaze. You look up, and she's already looking at you. But she doesn't look away. Instantly she holds it, even just for a beat longer than normal. That is not an accident. Psychology calls this prolonged gaze contact. When we desire someone, dopamine levels rise, pupils dilate, and our eyes naturally stay locked because the brain is enjoying the stimulus. A friendly look is quick, casual, and gone in an instant. A flirty look lingers, it's soft, it lasts a fraction too long, and it makes your chest tighten. The uncomfortable truth: if you're too focused on your phone, your drink, or your nerves, you'll miss it. And once it's gone, she won't risk sending it again. Remember this: when a woman lingers on you, she's not confused, she's inviting you to notice her. The second sign is the double take. And this one is fun because it's almost impossible for her to hide. When a woman's body is craving your attention, her eyes betray her with a double take. She looks at you, looks away, then quickly looks back again. Why? Because desire makes the brain conflicted. Part of her says, "Don't stare, don't make it obvious." But the other part, the primal, instinctive part, can't resist looking again. If she wasn't interested, why would her eyes return to you like a magnet? Picture this. You're walking into a bookstore. You pass by a woman at the shelves. She glances at you. You think that's the end of it? But then, out of the corner of your eye, you catch her looking again. That's not politeness, that's her attraction slipping through, even when she's trying to control it. Psychology calls this the visual confirmation loop. The brain seeks visual reassurance of things we desire. She looks back to confirm. Yes, he's still here. Yes, I still feel it. A casual glance happens once, then never again. A flirty glance happens twice, maybe 3 times. The eyes betray the body. And here's the truth bomb. If a woman looks at you twice, it's not an accident. It's her body pulling her eyes back to you. And that, my friend, is just the beginning, because the third behavior is where her eyes stop being casual and start becoming deeply intimate. Asterisk. Now let's move deeper into the signals. The third sign is what I call the softened eyes. This isn't just about her noticing you, it's about her feeling you. Her eyes literally soften. The muscles around them relax. Her eyelids lower slightly, and her gaze becomes warmer, almost dreamy. Why does this happen? Because attraction activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural rest and connect mode. When she feels safe and drawn to you, her eyes stop being sharp and guarded, and they melt into openness. Picture this: you're telling her a story over dinner. She's not just listening, she's absorbing. Her eyes are tender, like she's drinking you in, and you can feel a gentleness radiating out of her. That's not small talk, that's her body surrendering, silently saying, "I want to connect deeper with you." Here's the contrast. Friendly eyes are alert, polite, scanning the room. Hungry eyes are soft, locked in, as if the rest of the world doesn't even exist. The uncomfortable truth is this: men who lack presence, who talk too fast, check their phone, or act distracted will shatter this moment. And once her eyes harden again, the intimacy is gone. So remember this. When her eyes soften around you, it's not weakness, it's desire disguised as tenderness. The fourth sign is the long blink, and this one is sneaky. You might not even notice it unless you know what to watch for. When a woman is drawn to you, her eyes will sometimes do what psychologists call the prolonged blink. She looks at you, then closes her eyes just a little longer than normal, almost like a mini slow-motion blink. Sometimes her head tilts slightly, and a smile follows. Why does she do this? Because a long blink is the body's natural way of saying, I feel safe to let my guard down. It's also a subconscious flirtation cue. It mimics the intimacy of being close, of letting her barriers drop. Imagine this, you make a playful joke. She looks at you, her eyes close in a slow blink, and then she opens them with a smile. That's not just laughter, that's her body signaling, you're getting to me. Contrast it with a normal blink. Fast, automatic, no emotion. A long blink, however, is slow, intentional, and often paired with a smile or a subtle head tilt. And here's the truth bomb. A woman who closes her eyes slowly at you isn't bored, she's showing you trust and low-key attraction. The fifth sign is one of the clearest flirtation cues out there. Yet most men miss it completely. It's the eye drop and rise. Here's what happens. She looks into your eyes, then her gaze drops down, often to your lips, and then it rises back up to meet your eyes again. Brother, when a woman looks at your mouth and then back into your eyes, that's not random. That's her body literally saying, I'm imagining what it's like to kiss you. Science backs this up. Tracking. Studies show that when we're attracted to someone, our gaze often shifts between their eyes and their mouth. It's the brain preparing for intimacy. Picture the scene. You're at a bar, mid-conversation, and she's laughing. Suddenly, her eyes flick down to your lips for half a second, then return to your gaze. If you catch it, that's your green light. Contrast it with a friendly look. Steady eye contact, no lip check. A flirty look dips down and then rises back with a spark. The uncomfortable truth. If you miss this signal and keep talking like nothing happened, she'll assume you're either clueless or not interested. And this, my friend, is one of the strongest unspoken invitations you'll ever get. Asterisk, the sixth sign is what I call the rapid glance game. Not every woman will give you soft, dreamy eyes. Some play the attraction game differently through quick, repeated glances. Here's how it works. She looks at you quickly, then looks away. A few minutes later, she does it again, and again, almost like she's checking in on you without wanting to be obvious. Psychology calls this covert attention seeking. It's when the body craves connection, but the conscious mind doesn't want to risk exposure. Think about it. If she wasn't interested, why would she keep finding reasons to glance in your direction? Why does her attention keep orbiting back to you, even when she pretends to be busy with her phone or her friends? Here's the contrast. A random glance happens once, maybe twice, then it's done. But an attraction glance happens multiple times, and often, if you catch her, it's followed by a smile. And here's the truth bomb. A woman who keeps stealing glances at you is playing the silent flirting game. She's waiting for you to notice, to respond, to bridge the gap. And when you finally lock eyes and hold it, that's when the spark ignites. The seventh and final sign is the locked-in gaze, the most powerful of them all. This isn't casual. This isn't friendly. This is deep, magnetic, unbroken eye contact that feels like it's pulling you in. When a woman's body is hungry for your love, she won't just look at you, she hold you. Her eyes will stay locked onto yours, sometimes longer than what feels socially normal. And here's the kicker. She won't just look, she adds emotion. Her pupils dilate, her breathing slows, her lips part slightly. It's as if her body has forgotten the world around her. Science explains this through the oxytocin loop. When two people hold deep eye contact, oxytocin, the bonding hormone, rises in both bodies. This creates intimacy, trust, and yes, desire. Imagine this. You're sitting across from her, mid-conversation. The chatter fades, the background noise disappears, and she doesn't look away. You feel your heartbeat quicken. The silence isn't awkward, it's electric. That, brother, is the moment. That's when her body has already chosen you.